right, let's get started. I'm very excited to have you guys here today. Let me introduce myself a little bit first. So my name is Jessie. I'm founder and CEO of Create and Learn, and many of you have taken our classes before. And this is a very special type of class we do. Like we invite industry experts to talk about really cool things in computer science. To prepare, I'm going to ask all of you guys to get your email ready. If you don't have an email, you can have your parents get their email ready, because later on we're going to try to do some project together. Another thing is I want you guys to all log into your Scratch account, ash.mit.edu, okay? And you can go there, sign into Scratch, or if you don't have an account, you go there, that'll be fine. And then you can put together a really simple project like what I do here. I have given you a sample project you can do. If you don't have a Scratch project yet, this is a sample project you can use, you can put together. We're gonna try to use this later on, okay? So go ahead and get your Scratch ready. You don't need to make a new project. So one thing I'm gonna do really cool later on is to try to add a cool music to one of your projects. So what you can do is to just kind of pick a project you think, I love to add some music to it. And you can pick that project. We're so happy to have Ash from AIVA to give us a talk about artificial intelligence and music. So I first heard about AIVA about probably 3 years ago, and I saw the music being featured in one of the biggest conferences out there about artificial intelligence. I was very, very impressed, and they have made a lot of progress with their music and their technologies since then. And Ash has been there since the very beginning of the company, so she knows everything about it. She also came from Europe, which is very late already. So she is in Europe right now, and I'm really grateful that she spent the time to share us about all the great things about AIVA. So with that, I'm gonna hand this presentation to her so she can present.
So hello guys, and I am Ash from AIVA, and today I'm going to show you how an AI called AIVA can work hand in hand with humans and bring beautiful music to life. Are you excited? As you already know, AI is used in search engines. For example, Google is using AI to help you suggest the best links. AI is also used in self-driving cars, and even in games like chess or Go. Is anyone here playing chess or Go? I want to see answers. Who's playing chess? Who's playing Go? Okay, me. Chess. Wow, someone's play both. Amazing. You guys are great. Okay, chess. Oh, you play both. A lot of people play both games. Amazing. So AI is even used in games like chess or Go, and in 2016, AI beat a human player, a human champion in the game of Go. However, AI is not so popular for being creative, but actually it can be. One example of AI being creative is this picture that was generated by one of Google AI systems. And today, I'm going to do a little experiment with you all. I'm going to show you 2 pieces of music, and you have to tell me which one you think was created by a human and which one was created by an AI. So, are you ready? And here we go. The first piece. So who thinks this one was created by a human? I want to see all of your answers. Okay, human, 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 human. No, human, AI. I think AI. AI. Human, human. Okay, a lot. Human, AI, human. A lot of answers. So okay, let's go to the next piece. So who thinks this one was created by a human? I want to see a lot of answers. Okay, human, AI, human, 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 AI, robot, human, human. Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you now. So it turns out that none of those compositions that you have just seen were created by human, but both of them were created by an AI called AIVA. However, it's not the first time in the history that humans use technology to augment, to add on our own creativity. When silent movies just came out, became popular, they almost always used live music to enhance audiences' experience. But of course, hiring live musicians, orchestra for every theater wasn't very easy. And imagine if today's film or theaters had to hire musicians or an orchestra to have music. Wouldn't it be hard? And then the music recording changed that, because ever since music recording machine was invented, music recording was invented, the films had an access to a lot of different a lot of different original compositions tailored to their own stories. And when synthesizers were invented, they allowed anyone with a computer or with a keyboard to play a synthesized sound. And do you guys know David Cobb? Who knows David Cobb? Okay, so David Cobb is an American composer, author, scientist, and a former professor. He wrote algorithms and programs that could analyze existing music and create original compositions in the style of the original input music. And his experiments in musical intelligence software created compositions in the styles of lots of different composers. And most recently, almost all of his original compositions were created as a collaboration between man and machine. And about 4 years ago, AIVA was created and inspired by a science fiction movie called Her that features Samantha. And because Samantha can't take a physical form, she decides to write a piece of music that captures a moment of her life. And because this idea of original, personalized musical photographs is what inspired and pushed the founders to create AIVA. So AIVA has learned the art of music composition from learning from a database of 30,000 scores written by the best composers in the history, such as Mozart, Bach, Beethoven. And this one that you see on the screen is a one score in a matrix-like representation that our algorithms can process. And this one is this is what 30,000 scores look like in a single frame. So yeah, using various deep neural network, AI is looking at those compositions and is looking for patterns in the melody, harmony, and rhythm. And AI practices music by looking at a couple of bars in those scores and predicting what should come next in those tracks. In this animation, you see green knots and red knots, and red knots predict the show the predictions that AIVA got it wrong, and the green knots show the predictions that AIVA got it right. So the more AI practices, the more green knots there are. And once AIVA has learned what makes each composition unique and special, AIVA can create a cluster that looks like this one. And in this illustration, each score, each composition is visualized by a dot, and the color of the dot shows the composer of the piece. And if you look at this animation, you will see that similar colored dots tends to make clusters together, tends to group together, and it shows that AIVA is able to extract useful information about the style of the composition. And do you guys play video games? Who here plays video games? A lot of you play video games. So there are a lot of new modern use cases for music. For example, as you already play video games, you know that a lot of video games have hundreds of hours personalized music, personalized gameplay, but only 2 hours of music, which means that the same music keeps repeating on, and it loops 50 times over. And AI can compose music, personalized music, hundreds of hours for in contexts where human creativity does not scale. But not only for games. AI can also create different kinds of music for different parts of the day. And today, you're going to create a piece of music yourself. And without further ado, let's just go to our platform.
If you have trouble getting the link, you can also look at her screen. You just go to aiva.ai. As Ash was saying, you need to first put the email here, and then make sure you check this box, okay? After you have done both, you click on create account, and make sure the email was typed correctly. And after that, you go to your email to confirm it. If you still cannot find that email, maybe you can search for AIVA in your email to see that, if you can find it. Once you see that email, you click on it, and then it's going to bring you back to AIVA page.
If you have already set up your account, you can log in, and once you log in, you will be in this page that I'm seeing at the moment. And today, as I have already mentioned, you can use AIVA to create your own original composition. And I know, guys, that many of you are doing the Scratch project. And today, when we create an original composition, you can have your Scratch project in mind and think what kind of music you want to use in your Scratch project. And then use AIVA to create that kind of music, and then you will be able to download it, and then you will be able to put it in your Scratch project and use it there. So for those who are in the website, we need to click create track. Is the green button on the left side of the window. And after you click create track, now you will see all the different styles of music that you can create with AIVA. For example, you can see modern cinematic, 20th century cinematic, sea shanty, jazz, fantasy, pop, rock, Chinese, tango, electronic. So you can choose the style of the music you want to create for your Scratch project, or just the type of music you want to listen to. And I'm going to choose fantasy. And I personally will click fantasy, and now I can see all different kinds of settings that I can use to make my music even more personalized. And once I click key signature, I will see different key signatures. If I choose, if I want to have more uplifting, more happy song, I will just, I can choose any major. The major mode is more, it creates more happy, uplifting music, type of music. And minor, if you see minor is more melancholic, more a bit, not uplifting, just a bit melancholic, a bit sad kind of music. So for me, I will choose any major. And those who play any instrument, I'm sure know what time signature is. So we have two settings: time signature, or you can just for those who do not want to choose the time signature or do not have much knowledge in music theory, can just leave this for now. Can just choose the pacing, which is slow, medium, fast, which is if you want to have your music more slow, if you want it to be more like fast, or you want it to be like medium, not so fast, not so slow. So you can choose this according to your taste. I will choose medium. And for instrumentation, I am sure you guys already know what instrumentation is. It means what instruments are going to play the music you're about to create. And I will choose strings and woodwinds. You can choose any kind of instruments you feel like. There's also piano solo and solo strings, all different kinds of instruments. So you can choose, I'll just choose a string and woodwind. For duration, you can of course choose any duration you want. For me personally, I will choose between 30 seconds to 1 minute. And I don't know how long is your Scratch project, but if it's not too long, you can choose, you can create a quick piece, a short piece, so that it can fit nicely in your project. And so once you have decided, you can just click on it. And then number of compositions you want to create. For me, I just want to create one composition. For you, you can choose how many compositions you want to create. And but yeah, I'll just create one composition. So once you have done those settings, you can click create your tracks. So once you click this button, create your tracks,
it might take a bit of time. And the other thing is when you create it, I would suggest you tries to like do only 30 seconds because it takes quite some time when it's longer. I see some people has already done it. Okay, so let's try to, can you demo it quickly? Can you go back to the previous screen? We're gonna try to, if you go back to the previous screen, just show people a little bit of how they, anyone has specific questions about how to create music using this? Okay, looks like some people have done it. Try to do only, if you pick one, just pick another one. You don't have to create again, Ash.
Okay, so okay, I will to create a track. So let's for those who have not created the track yet, let's just try again. But before that, for those who have already created the track, I will just quickly show how to download it. So to download, you will just see a download button just at the right side. If you see my screen, you will see the download button next to each track. So you just need to click on the download button and then choose, you can choose to download an MP3 if you want. And then once you click it, it will start downloading. And if the download is very quick, so mine already finished.
So if you click on this download button, if it's still spinning on the left-hand side, then it's not finished creating. Once you finish creating, you should actually be able to listen to it. So you should be able to play it. So once you download it, I'll show you how to do it in Scratch. Some of you probably know it already. So this is your Scratch project, and this is what I have now. If I play it, I just have a Yoda walking. But here's what I'm going to do. To do music, what you do is under sound, there's a block here says play sound. Sorry. All right. So what you go to here is you go to the sound tab first. Once you get to the sprite, you go to the sound tab first, and then you click on this link. Oops. Don't click on it, just hover on it. On the very top, there's one that says upload sound. And you just click on that. It's going to let you go to the your download screen, and then you can pick the music that you just downloaded. So this is, for instance, if I do here, it's going to import. Once it's imported, the next step is just go to sound block and then drag this play sound and then put it under a different when green flag is clicked. Okay, don't do it. You need to have two different when green flag is clicked. So this is going to make your sound play. And once you're done, if you look at my thing again, it becomes a much better project in my opinion after I add the music here. So once you have done your project, if you're willing or if you're interested in letting other people see it, what you can do is you can actually, there's a share button. You can click on share. And then once you share, you can send the Scratch link to everyone. So now I'm going to share mine with everyone, okay? Let's try this one. Lovely. I'm not very good at playing this game, but this is cool. Yay! You have a nice soft music for this. This is awesome. Okay, thank you. Let me try another one. I see someone really want me to share his project and type the project in there for 20 times. Let me try to open your project. That is cool. Actually share your project to everyone. I open it up. So if you have your project ready, you can share it to everyone so everyone can see other people's project.
Oh, can you upload music to GarageBand? Yeah, this question came from one of you guys. Yes, you can. You can actually download the MIDI file. Let me share the screen. Share my screen. So when you go to AIVA's website again, when you click the download button, you will be able to see different options for downloads. If you download a MIDI file or either orchestrated or reduced MIDI file, you will be able to upload it in GarageBand after. And yeah, also since someone asked about GarageBand, I suppose you want to edit the music. I want to actually quickly show you that you can edit the music you created using our own platform as well. You can just do quick edits for those who want. You can change the instruments, add instruments to the composition you made, and then save it and make it even more personalized. Okay, what do we put for the number of compositions? Yeah, when you create compositions with AIVA, you can to put the number of compositions you want to put is here. When you see my screen, you can see number of compositions here, and then you can choose how many compositions you want to create. And yeah, when you choose your number, you can just click create account. Yeah, someone asked how long it roughly takes to download the music. It takes yeah, a couple of seconds only to download music. And before, I also saw you guys asking how long it takes to create a composition. It takes usually about 30 seconds to generate a composition.
Can AIVA enhance a piece of music that I composed myself?
You can actually use our one of our features called upload an influence, and you can upload your own composition that you have composed yourself, and you can let AIVA to create a new original composition that will be influenced by your own composition that you have created. And if you have if you're a composer, if you're composing composition, you can, yes, you can play around with this feature. It is here called influences, and you will be able to quickly, I'll quickly show you. Click here and then click create track, upload influence, and you will be able to drag and drop your composition here, and let AIVA learn from your composition and generate a new composition in the style of your own composition.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You can just upload one of them, one piece, and it will be able to do it. Or the more you upload, the more it can take into account the way you compose the music.
Yeah, for now you can only upload only one per time. So yeah, each time you will be able to upload one composition, and then and after you upload another composition, and AIVA will create another, and then let AIVA to create a new composition from another composition of yours.
Okay, so it's only influenced by one piece of the music you create. Okay, cool.
If you still have questions or have troubles creating composition, you will see a small chat box that we have in here, and you will probably see my picture or my colleague's picture. And when you click the chat box, you will be able to ask your questions to us, and we will help you out whether it is a problem with downloading, creating an account, or any other questions you have. So I hope you enjoyed the class today, and have a great day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ash. I'm going to share my screen quickly, and it's so awesome to see what you guys have created. I saw some really, really interesting Scratch project. Awesome. And then I also just want to say one more thing, that we have another one coming up next week. We will have a professor from Carnegie Mellon University talking about robotics. And he did something really cool because his work in robotics actually was featured or actually influenced the Big Hero 6 movie. The Baymax in Big Hero 6 was based on his research, so which is super fun. And you can go to our website and then find it. All right, with that, I want to thank Ash again for the wonderful talk. That was super, super fun, and we learned so much. Thanks again. And good to have all of you guys join, and we hope to see you guys again next time.